Today, just come back from the bread run to supply Jungle Fresh Cafe with bread and pineapple and supplies it needs for the day. And Thursday's my day off, and today is Thursday. So we're gonna take a trip around the other side of the island, the other side of Koh Chang. Not 100% sure whether we're gonna go Salak Kok or Salak Pet or Check Bay or Long Beach, but we'll work that one out when we get round there. Let's go and see the east side of Koh Chang. Okay, something I often see in Koh Chang, people not used to driving their bikes, and yeah, they just come off. Lots of disasters waiting to happen. Okay, alright, let's get on with the vlog. Behind me we have White Sand Viewpoint, or one of them anyway, and you're looking over here, you're looking south. So we're kind of quite up north of Koh Chang, and when we look this way, we look south to Koh Chang. Yes.
Yes, no.
What? What?
Normal. Нет, покажи. No? Plastic?
No. Me no. But pharmacy.
Okay, okay.
Pharmacy in White Sand. Okay, yeah, so looking this way, that's where Kong Prao, Lonely Beach, Bang Bao is, and we're gonna kind of head north and around, so east to the east coast. It's another glorious day. People trying to drive motorbikes unsuccessfully. Well, my brakes need looking into. They're a bit slack. Okay, this is Klong Son. It's fairly close to where you take the ferry to and from Koh Chang. It's not a Buddhist temple, it's like a shrine, and it kind of it was built because I think about 300-400 years ago the first settlers on Koh Chang were Chinese. So it's a very kind of Chinese style shrine. If you go up the steps there, then you'll reach like what looks like to be like a Chinese temple. I'm not going to go up there today. Maybe I'll put a picture of it in the video. Okay, so this is a map of Koh Chang, and we have come from pretty much there, and we have driven up the west coast, and now we are here, which is the Chinese temple, and we plan to drive round the east coast, have a little look, I think, around Salak Kok, and then we're gonna maybe go to Salak Pet, but actually what I want to do is kind of go down this route here to Long Beach, all the way to here to Koh Nam. And unfortunately the road doesn't go from here to here, so that means I have to drive all the way back up to the north and then all the way back down the west coast to Lonely Beach again. And now we're just coming down to Al Saparot, which means Pineapple Bay. Now, Al Saparot is one of the ferry terminals, one of two. Actually one of one now, because the other one closed down about a year and a half ago. And this is where you queue and pay for the ferry. Alright, so this is the old ferry port that got closed down a few years ago. This was called Center Point Ferry. It was the cheaper option, the no frills option, but it was good to have a second option to get a ferry to Koh Chang. Now there's only one option, and that's Koh Chang Ferry. We passed back there. When I first came to Koh Chang, actually there was no car ferries. I guess this was in 2000. And just further up here you have like a village called Dan Mai, and there was a pier there in Dan Mai that brought kind of the few backpackers that were coming over to Koh Chang back then over to the island, and it was just like a little fishing boat. Oh, the golden days. Resort photography for them a few years ago. I by an English guy called Steve. Serenity Resort. It's beautiful, really nice resort. This is on the east coast, like the northeast coast. There's a few nice resorts that we've just passed. One called Serenity Resort. Really recommend that as just as a stop off, actually, if you're not staying there and you're driving around the other side of the island on the way back. If you're hot and tired, it's a really nice place to go and get a refreshment. I did the resort photography back there a few years ago. It's set on a beautiful little beach with kind of yellowy amber sand, like a little bit darker than the kind of white sand beach. Much more quiet on this side of the island. Whenever I come over this side, it somehow feels like a different island than the west coast and Lonely Beach and white sand. There's less development. There's actually still a lot of land for sale over this side. There's a few resorts, but very different from the resorts over on the west coast. Why? Okay, I wanted to stop here. This is just like another weird kind of zany idea that someone had. And I know it's a wide angle camera, you can't really see, but kind of like a train station platform has been built and some train carriages have been brought onto the island from goodness knows where. And they've tried to set up kind of like a resort. And even some railway tracks put in as well to create some kind of accommodation for people to stay here on the island. It's been here for a few years, but I've never seen it open. This is like the public hospital on Koh Chang. All right, wow, that sun is starting to burn now. Seems to be quite a few people going round to the East Coast today. A lot of tourists going to check things out around there. I've just stopped on the way. It's a place where I've stopped before and flown the drone. It's kind of like a derelict hotel behind me. You can't really see it because it's overgrown, but it's almost if someone started to build a resort, and again it got stopped. And on the East Coast, the beaches are quite different from what they are on the West Coast. The West Coast is more white, sandy, soft sand beaches, and on the East Coast this is more typical. Kind of like still beautiful, still really beautiful. And at this time of the year the sea isn't as clear on this side of the island as it is on the West Coast. The currents change like biannually, so you get your monsoon season, which is your wet season, you get your dry season, which is what it is now, or what it's coming into now. Yeah, these are the kind of typical beaches. The road runs along the coast. It kind of hugs the coast for a long way down the East Coast, which is really nice. If you ride your motorbike, you can get to see all these beaches. But yeah, beautiful. Still some nice palm trees on these beaches. Look at this bougainvillea. Gorgeous purples. Look at that, like a wild bougainvillea right on the beach. Beautiful. Eh? Yeah. Wow. Tell you what, it's getting really hot. A long sleeve shirt just to keep the sun off my arms. I'm not built for the sun. I don't have dark skin, dark hair or dark eyes. I'm ginger. So over here you can see kind of, it's more mangrovey. There's a lot of mangroves around this side. And the mangrove walks, which are really nice to go and explore. Gets you well in there with the mangroves. You can see a lot of wildlife, a lot of birds. So along the route, along the way, there's lots of nice places to stop off. I've just stopped off here where there's lots of benches and lots of banyan trees. And I'm gonna have a sandwich. Wondering why I'm wearing cycling gloves. It's, again, sun protection. I do burn here very easily, especially around midday. It's like midday now, but I don't think it is. I think it's only probably 10:30. All right, let's eat my sandwich. Homemade. Salami and cheese. It's really good. Thanks, wifey. Okay. Actually, you won't be able to see it on this camera because it's a action camera, but behind me, you can, across the water, you can actually see the Cardamom Mountains of Cambodia. Here is kind of like the longest, or sorry, the thinnest strip of Thailand, from Trat to the border town of Hat Lek. The main town near Hat Lek is Hat Yai. Sorry, not Hat Yai, Klong Yai. Just another 20 minutes you've got Hat Lek, which is the border town from Thailand to Cambodia. Visa runs from there before I was on the visa I'm on now. Further in, you can see the Cardamom Mountains in Cambodia. So we're gonna head to, I think we're gonna head to Long Beach. Okay, so this is Koh Chang Spa, the Spa Koh Chang. It's like a little spa retreat, and we're just going to turn left shortly to Salak Kok, go through Check Bay, and then follow the road down from there to Long Beach. So we're going to turn left now to Salak Kok. I'll show you some quaint little fishing villages. Actually, you can't really get a good view of it here, but there's a shrimp farm. So there's quite a lot of aquaculture going on there. And right next to the shrimp farm, there's a big, massive expanse of mangroves. And if you want to access the mangrove walk, then you would go in here. And it's about half an hour to walk around the mangrove concrete kind of walkway. So left here into Salak Kok. If I follow it right, then that would take us to Check Bay, which we're going to go in a minute. So if you walk down here, this is a similar walkway to the mangrove walk in Salak Pet, but we're in Salak Kok now. And haven't been down here for a few years. Behind me is like a boat yard. They fix boats there. And from what I remember, been a few times before, it's like a fishing village on stilts. It's like a proper working fishing village. Not really touristy. Little houses on the left. They got all the fishing nets. And on the right, we've got waterways in the mangroves. That kind of the bay of Salak Kok. Okay, it stops here. So yeah, proper little working fishing village. Okay, so this is the left turning that you take just before you reach the end of the road. And just check my gasoline. Yes, I have enough because I think this is the last gasoline stop. And okay, again looking at a map of Koh Chang, and we have come around all the way down the east coast into Salak Kok to Check Bay, and now we're on our way to Long Beach, which is this stretch here, the southeast of Koh Chang. Koh Lao Ya, and then past that you've got going south to Koh Mak, Koh Kud, Koh Rang National Marine Park. Okay, so you get some really nice views from this point. You get to see the National Marine Park in the south, which is behind me. And then if I turn the camera around here, this is like Salak Kok, Salak Pet Bay behind me. Long Beach. We've just arrived at Long Beach. Long Beach is a stretch of beach right on the kind of southeast tip of Koh Chang. I've stayed here a few times, but that would have been probably 12 plus years ago. Day trippers coming here, stopping off for refreshments, walking past their bungalow. So, Long Beach. This is like the restaurant that's open, you can get a shake here. Okay, as you can see, it's a nice stretch of beach, clear water. I'm not going to take you along this beach. What I am going to do is just drive a little bit further around this headland. Well, driving straight over here, but around this headland there's a nice island called Koh Chang, and there's also a really nice beach called Memorial Beach. So we're going to go check out Memorial Beach, and I'm going to have a little swim because I'm hot. For a bar. Okay, we've reached Memorial Beach. The reason why it's called Memorial Beach is because when the French had a part of Cambodia and they were fighting Thailand, there was a battle and they sunk a Thai ship called the HTMS Chonburi, and that lays out in the ocean. I think there's a little marker there, probably 400 meters off the shore of this beach, and it's a shipwreck. Hence the reason why they've built this kind of memorial thing that's meant to look like a ship. And this is like the memorial wall. The most picturesque beach on the whole of Koh Chang. Take you in. Yes, that's so good, so good. There's literally no one on the beach, but what a hidden gem. I think this is one of the best beaches on Koh Chang. The sand is white and so powdery, which that's kind of tucked away past Long Beach. It's definitely worth coming here for a swim. How refreshing. That was a great swim. Paradise. No? Okay, so the last time I was here was actually over COVID, and this little kayak rental station wasn't here, wasn't open. And in front of me you have Koh Chang, spelled N-G-A-M, so it's kind of pronounced Koh Chang. Island is quite famous because it's separated in two parts by a big sandbar, and a lot of people like to come here, rent a kayak and go and check it out. National Park Ranger Station on there, and they get really angry when you fly your drone over here. So I'll probably put some drone pictures up now. Pretty bad. But there are some very beautiful views all around Koh Chang, really. Trees, coconut palms is the sandbar, and the island's split in two by that, but you can't really see the other part of the island, but you'll get it from the drone pictures that I'll post. There's Tan Toan Resort, and yeah, head back towards the kind of main road around Koh Chang. Not sure if I'm going to go left to Salak Pet or not. Could do with some lunch, so that'll be the best bet, to go and get it there. But there is a little kind of waterfall thing that I want to check out on the way, so let's go and see that. Maybe I'll have a dip in the nice fresh cold water coming from the mountains. Let's see. Never been down here before, never really noticed a road here, so just go a little bit down and check it out, see what's there. Let's see. Always love going down somewhere I've never been before. Right, I think it's just kind of land titles and land markings. I'll have a look. See where this goes. Kind of shack or shed here. Right, I'm not sure what this is, but I believe some kind of distillery. I was hoping it was going to lead to that kind of stream or river that you see further down the road, but I'm not sure it does. Pleasure it is to be out going down a track that I've never been down before. A nice motorbike ride to the southeast of Koh Chang. Beautiful swim on Memorial Beach. Just looks like they've kind of starting to clear some land. Maybe it's privately owned, maybe they want to kind of develop it. That little hut that I just came across, it looks like a kind of a homemade brewing distillery. Cow is rice, Lao is like wine or alcohol, so rice wine. Lao is whiskey, sorry, I think Lao's whiskey, so rice whiskey. Back on track. Okay, to my right, there's like a waterfall. So my brakes really need tuning. I'm full on braking, and they just don't work very well. All right, I'm going to park somewhere around here. Just head upriver a little bit. Running out of hydration options. might go in that on the way back. Let's just go a little bit further. Because I'm wearing sandals and these rocks are quite slippy. Open up with the light. Gotta be careful. This orange moss stuff on the rocks here. Orange moss. Up. Let's hope there's a nice plunge pool just over here. Let me see. But wow, look at this. This is cool. You know, you drive up the road, you see this opening and you see the water coming down like a little waterfall. Right then, let's get in. Oh yeah, oh yeah. Cooler than the water in the ocean. So good. So, pretty good day so far. Never been here before. I don't think many people come here. A little hidden gem. Nice waterfall behind me. And it hasn't been any significant rain for a few weeks, so that's why it's not running strong, but it's still running. This is lifestyle. I've always said I've had like a millionaire's lifestyle on Koh Chang these years, just without the $1 million bucks. $1 million views, $1 million swims, $1 million. Yeah, can't complain. Koh Chang life. Island life. Thai island life. Down to the bike. Probably gonna stop in Chek Bay, a place called Journey's End. I've always wanted to check that place out, and hopefully they do a bit of Thai food because I'm in the mood for some, I don't know, fried rice or red curry or something like that. So let's go and check that out. What a day. Okay, so we're gonna go left to Chek Bay and go and check out Journey's End to see what's happening there. This resort, that again is another abandoned, unfinished, unbuilt resort. The swimming pool has got all these kind of Easter Island figures. This is next to the Parama Resort, which is just to my left. And this unfinished building to my right is meant to be a resort, but yeah, you can see it's not finished and it's just kind of left unfinished. And then behind me here, which is really cool, are like some Easter Island figures and the swimming pool, which is extremely deep. I think someone who had something to do with this resort was a diver, and they wanted to introduce like a very deep swimming pool on the island for divers. And again, these Easter Island figures. I can't find any cashews on the trees, but what I can find is this star fruit. This is like the star fruit. Mildly poisonous, so you shouldn't eat too much of it. Of a star fruit. A while ago since I was here. New owners, I believe. Yeah, although I don't fly. Right, I'm at a place called Journey's End. Ordered a Leo beer, and I'm just about to eat a garlic and pepper chicken and rice. Let's get into it. Well, I've just left the Journey's End. I had some nice chicken with rice, garlic and pepper, and I'm gonna head back now to Lonely Beach, I guess. Let's do it. For this, better to be safe than to be sorry. And go back home and then head to the beach for a sunset beverage. All the trees are on steroids. All the shrubs, all the leaves, they're just massive, proper jungle. Beautiful. Oh.